one of the biggest frustrations when interacting with people and hearing their stories, and me not being a good listener, uh, tell them what to do, tell them how to better, how to better, solve the situations that they're in. And I think that as someone that wants to be more mindful and empathetic and compassionate, one of my biggest issues has been the inability to listen. But not just the inability to listen, it's also been the inability for folks to understand that there is a solution to almost everything. So after, thousands and thousands of conversations that I've had in my life, I come to the conclusion that things will happen, things will flow whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. And the same thing goes for me too. How many people have told me this is the time that you should be buying a house? This is the time that you should be, doing this. This is the time where you should be getting married and having kids. This is the time where you need to be doing this. If you did this, then it will turn out like that. And as much as people want to see growth in me, as much as I want to see growth in them, people will act, people will decide whenever they're ready. Whenever they're ready, when they have the capacity, when they've done the work, when they have literally been placed in a uncomfortable situation where they have to make decisions, then that is when really they are ready. That is when really things will flow. And I think that I've said this loud and clearly, that things that are meant to you will flow. Things that are meant to be will flow. They will go smoothly. They will be fine. But it is also important to understand that will happen whenever you're ready. Listen, there are people in abusive domestic relationships. There are people in toxic workplace situations. There are people that are stuck in situations where when you're looking at the outside, you're like, why don't you just listen? Why don't you just understand? Why don't you just act upon? And then you realize that you don't really know what's going on. You don't really know what that other person is thinking of. You don't really know the parameters of the circumstances that they are placed in. Therefore, the only thing that you can really do is listen, be compassionate, be there, be supportive, be there as much as you can. But at the end of the day, the person is going to make their decisions when they are ready, when they have realized, oh shit, I need to do something about this situation. I need to do something about, getting out of debt, getting out of the, loophole that I'm in, getting out of this toxic situation. I need to, do something about my health, do something about my issues. But again, when you're listening to someone, when you're in a conversation with someone, when you're listening to their issues and their circumstances and their problems, sometimes you just want to grab them and be like, why don't you just listen? Why don't you just do it? And then you come back a week later, and then you come back another time, and you're just like, oh my God, you didn't do anything. There's really nothing being done. Again, people will act accordingly whenever they are ready. And the same thing goes for you. Listen, there have been multiple times in my life where people have told me, you need to get out of this situation. You need to get out of this relationship. You maybe want to, you may want to take your health into accountability. Maybe you want to, watch your finances or whatever people have said to me, and I'm just generally speaking. And I know that in their faces, I know that when they're speaking to me and when they're following up, I'm kind of in the same place. I'm kind of complacent. I'm kind of, not really moving around, and I see the frustration. So again, I feel like the person that I am now, the person that I am trying to be, the person that basically is me now, literally has been based on the decisions that has been made on the decisions that have that have come across me and the decisions that I've made. So those decisions wouldn't have been made if I was ready. And listen, there are times where you're not going to be ready. There are times where you won't be ready and you're just going to be thrown into, you're just going to be thrown into things. But what I'm trying to say today is that people will make decisions. People will move on with their lives. People will, do whatever they need to do whenever they're ready. Don't push it. Don't obligate it. Don't, keep trying and trying to push yourself out of a situation. Whenever you are ready, it will happen. Whenever you are ready, it will flow. Whenever you are ready, you have the possibility. You are strong enough. You are capable enough. You are in control of your future, of what you can attain. So with that being said, again, make sure to be in awareness that whatever will flow, whatever is meant to be, will go smoothly whenever you are ready. So when I will talk to you all again soon. Have a good day. Stay true to yourself. Be fabulous. Don't be cruel to yourself. Don't be cruel to others. And I will talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye.